Finance.
Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Finance and Governance Committee meeting. I declare this meeting open at 6:01 p.m. I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of all lands, waters and sky in the Georges River area. I pay my respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who live, work and meet on these lands. There were no apologies. There were no requests to attend via audio-visual link. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is being recorded for minute-taking purposes and is also being broadcast live to the public on Council's website in accordance with Section 5 of Council's Code of Meeting Practice. The recording will be made available on Council's website. The order of business is as shown in the agenda, which has been made available. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is open. Doors to the meeting room are left to be open unless the meeting moves into a closed confidential session, according to Section 14 of the Code of Meeting Practice. Only if the meeting moves into a closed confidential session will the public broadcasting of the meeting be suspended. Council's Code of Meeting Practice prohibits the electronic recording of meetings without the express permission of Council. Mobile phones must be turned to silent during the meeting. Disclosure of interest. Do any councillors have any interest to declare? There are no speakers registered for tonight's meeting. Bin 006-25, confirmation of the minutes of the Finance and Governance Committee meeting held on 10th of February 2025. Could I call for a mover and a seconder?
Happy to move.
I second it.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
All those against? I declare the motion carried. Fin 007-25 investment report as at 31st of January 2025. Can I call for a mover and seconder?
Happy to move, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And Leon Hunt, Councillor Pun. All those in favour say aye.
Right.
All those against? I declare.
Question.
Sorry?
Did you want to ask?
Oh, are there any questions? No.
Sorry.
I declare the motion carried. Bin 008-25 mobile phone black spots. Can I call for a mover and a seconder?
I'll move that.
Okay, can I second it with an amendment, please?
And we have
Highlighted in black.
the amendment. Is the amendment up? We just read the amendment. And I can't read it, so can somebody like close can read?
I can read it if you want. Through the chair, that council receive and note the contents of this report and acknowledges the council may, where landowners' consent is required, withhold landowners' consent to the installation of any telecommunications facilities within the local government area, such as Oatley Park and Limekiln Bay wetlands.
Councillor Stratopoulos, are you okay with that?
Sorry, just can you just say that again, Daniel? Sorry, I just have my glasses.
Through the chair, so the essence, it still is a receive and note. It's just clarifying that, trying to give more transparency that when it is a heavy, is the term heavy? High impact facility, council would still be required to grant landowners consent. So I understand Councillor Marnie wanted to highlight that in the past there has been some contention in certain areas, such as when telecommunications have wanted to put high impact facilities, and it has been rejected by the community, and therefore council hasn't given landowners consent. So we always still have control over any high impact facilities, which are the more big tower looking ones.
So you're saying giving landowners, so asking for the landowner's consent, or?
Through the chair, so if a telecommunications company approaches us for a high impact facility on our land, we would still have a report come to council to provide landowners consent for them to submit a DA.
Gotcha.
So there still always will be a control point for us to have a say in any high impact facilities coming onto the LGA, or not the LGA, our council sites.
Yeah. Could we add Blakehurst to that list?
I think it's automatic, isn't it?
Just say such
It
as,
did.
but not limited to.
No, it's just because it's referring to black spot areas, right?
Through the chair, it's not referring to all black spot areas, it's referring to those specific sites, I understand, because there potentially was requests in the past that
Yeah.
were not
It
supported.
was only Western Mortdale, I think.
There's, through the chair, it's quite a lot of black spot areas, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've, in Blakehurst, it's, reception is like, bit like Russian roulette. It's very hit and miss. So I don't know what's going on there. It's been like that for years.
But I'm just asking, that's the report, have any requests for council land in Blakehurst?
Through the chair, so this report was called from a notice of motion from former councillor Vacara, and it was for the general manager to investigate suitable community and operational land holdings within the local government area to facilitate the installation of telecommunications infrastructure that would improve mobile coverage in black spot areas, including but not limited to those identified in Peakhurst and Mortdale. Then the team have contacted relevant telecommunication companies and identified black spot areas, though again, it's not usually something that local government will be involved in. We would just deal with it more from a development application and giving landowners consent. We don't get to pick and choose where telecommunication companies, I guess, aim to put things. But there was that sort of push, I understand, from the notice of motion previously to try and advocate for some areas to have better black spot improvement area, but it's different suburbs have different, I guess, sentiments towards it.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not arguing for a facility in Blakehurst or something like that. I just thought that because those areas are mentioned, if that could be added, if it's.
Probably not relevant, is that right? Because this is specifically for PCAS, so I would have to give another report. There's no research done on Blakehurst in this report, is it? No, but it's not yet. So if we want another report.
Sorry, just through the chair.
Through the chair, item 6 of the report had 5 locations that the telecommunications carriers identified, and they were the only black spots that they were interested in that were at council land or CREM.
So you're saying, okay, so obviously the, whatever they call them, the transmitters would be located in those.
The sites identified in item 6 were the
Yep.
sites that the carriers
Yeah.
For those
were
are,
interested in.
I'm aware of more black spots, but I think to help Sam, those are only land where the owner is the state or the crown, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is obviously opportunity for you to still build, for the carriers to build upon commercial property, right? So it's not, this is so I understand this is a very limited scope report.
Yes, yeah, through the chair. This was looking at council land holdings.
Yeah. No, thanks for that. Funny enough, you confirmed that about 3 seconds before you said that, but I appreciate it anyway. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So the question is, are you okay with the amendment to the motion?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll speak to the residents and I'll get about 100 emails and council. So anyway.
All right.
Through the chair, if there's a particular concern, it might be, we can work on a notice of motion or something that targets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, honestly, like, I don't want to push this any further, but I think the entire area would be in the gallery.
Yes, through the chair, it was an outstanding resolution that required, and it was, so.
Thanks
I
for
just add something, in 2003, it's a massive protest, and Hurstville Council engaged lawyers and took Patterson to court, and they still got around the federal legislation and delivered the phone tower, installed it, but I think there was an appeal, and the company was made to take it out. So it's the first phone tower in Australia which they were told to dismantle and take it away. So that was pretty historic. So on the back of that, I think to build one there now would be pretty courageous.
Any other questions? I'll put this motion forward.
Courageous, yeah.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Any against? I declare this motion carried. There being no other business on the agenda, I declare this meeting closed at 6:11.